All right, Merry Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas to everybody for tomorrow. So I wanted to have a conversation around something I put up breakdown-wise yesterday on Monday morning. I get up, Josh Allen throws an interception versus the Patriots. I say it's 3rd and 16. It's the justified right decision. It's not even really an interception. Put the breakdown up yesterday, and everyone's saying it's a Josh versus Lamar thing. It's not that. I never even knew Josh versus Lamar was this big of a deal. I think what I want to do is create conversation around two different situations. One similar to Josh's and then one in a red zone, where I think that throwing an interception or taking a sack is probably a justified decision. So ball snapped at the 44-yard line for Buffalo. They probably need realistically like 8 or so yards to make the field goal a legit conversation. They don't call a completion play, essentially. They're not calling a play to try and get 6 or 7 yards. So if I was ever coaching in that situation, I would tell my quarterback, like, hey, if we don't call a play trying to get a completion, I'm sending you a message. Like, we want to try and take a shot downfield. And if it's covered and you don't have anything else to do with the ball, let's try and throw a one-on-one ball, because worst case, it gets picked. Yes, we're going to talk about it as a team and an offense. Hey, guys, situationally, we got to be ready for Josh or any quarterback, Lamar, Joe, Patrick. We got to be ready for any quarterback to take a shot in that moment, to give our guy an opportunity. And then if it gets picked, we all got to get to the ball. We got to be aware of it, okay? So Josh gets a little pressure. He moves outside the pocket. He decides not to run. I think there's a defender that's going to beat him to a point. There's a pressure coming in from the inside. I'm going to trust his decision on whether to run or not in that moment. So he takes a shot downfield, it gets picked, tackled out to 1. I think that's a justified decision, because if I throw that ball as a quarterback, I could get PI, I could get a catch, it's going to be incomplete, and that does absolutely nothing for us, or it gets picked off. And again, it's just like a punt. Or, hey, throw the ball away. Well, we're going to punt anyway. It's 4th and 16 then from the 44. We're probably not going for it unless we're being wildly aggressive. Everyone's saying, well, get 6 or 7 yards. There is no 6 or 7 yards there. If they were, I would say Josh should have taken that check down and then forced that decision. So I remember talking about it with Stafford. In those situations, I think those are conversations you have with your quarterback saying, hey, if nothing's there, blah, 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 let's take a shot. If it's not, let's give our guy an opportunity. Let's see if we can create some type of offense. So I think that's a way we have to change the way we look at some of the 3rd and forever interceptions situationally. Any quarterback I would say that about. I have said that about. Down in the red zone. 3rd and goal from the 4, 5, 6 yard line. If it's not, we have to score a touchdown, end of the game situation. I think, and I always have, it is worth a quarterback hanging on to the football and holding the ball way too long and running around and trying to create, as long as it's within 5, 6, 7 yards in the line of scrimmage, and trying to create an opportunity for a touchdown. And if you take a sack there, you take a sack there. It's going to make the field goal 5, 6, 7 yards longer. Now, that's different than 3rd and goal from the 2 yard line, because then that's a more realistic go for it on 4th and goal. But 3rd and goal from the 5 or 6 yard line, I often hear people say, you can't do that as the quarterback. I totally disagree. I would much rather have my quarterback strain as long as he possibly can, try to create as long as he possibly can for us to get a touchdown, for someone to get open and take a sack that is a 5, 6, 7, 8 yard loss. The field goal is going to be 25, 30, 35, 40 yards. Like, my guy is going to make that. So I think that the point is, we have to change the way that we just look at that. Those situations are so uniquely different. And for a quarterback in that, no matter the quarterback, for you to, as long as you talk about it and have the justified reason, that 3rd and forever interception, I think it's justified if you take your shot to maybe go PI or whatnot. And the same with the red zone sack. We have to stop saying that's a bad decision or that's a bad decision when it's justified to try to go create stuff, and more often than not does. It's not Josh versus Lamar. Love Lamar, love Josh.